This podcast contains strong language and adult themes from the outset. Ange.
Patty. We love the Patty.
If you could have lunch with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord,
Man,
Patty.
why
What
do
have you
you-
done to me? Why do you bring this
sometimes you come with
shit?
those questions. I'm like, great, I know the answer to this. Other times I'm like, oh,
you're
man,
like, shit.
you need to give me a bit of heads up with these.
No,
ones.
because this is the beauty of the random questions. Just one person, dead or alive. I mean, it's easy for me.
Why? Who is it?
I would just pick our Nana.
Oh, that's stupid.
Why?
You'd want to have lunch, tea, dinner, whatever with our Nana.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'd go big time.
But that, you see, you give it all of this, like, you see, Patty, you live the showbiz flash lifestyle. You're the one always out of the ivy. But when it comes to the real shit, I'd love to have lunch or dinner or breakfast with our Nana.
I mean,
Margs, if you're listening, can you put this down on the inheritance list, please? And you're divvying up the inheritance. I definitely picked the sentimental shit over Ange.
I would like to have lunch with Nelson Mandela. Yeah,
Good one.
Just got
That
you
is
there,
a
haven't I,
good
Patch?
one.
You've gone Nana.
Yeah, I'd still
Nana
stick
Nels.
with Nana. Nana
I've
Nels.
gone Nelson.
You've got a different Nell.
Yeah. You've gone Nana Nels. I've gone Nelson Mandela.
You've got Mandela Nels. I would also love to have lunch with Winston Churchill.
Really?
Yeah.
You've gone for some really random ones. You've gone from
Political
Nana to
vibes,
Winston
isn't it?
Churchill.
Yeah, because I love the politics, don't I? I can't believe you didn't pick Whitney. I thought you'd have picked Whitney Houston. I thought she would have been top of your list.
Yeah, I didn't think of Whitney.
Yeah, I honestly thought you would be like definitely Whitney Houston. I could ask her about her music. We could have a little sing-song. I could show her my vibes. I honestly thought it would be Whitney through and through. Ange, just listen because this is important.
Right. I'm listening.
Hi, Ruth and Ange. This is a complaint.
Oh, shit.
No, I felt that to start off with, but it's fine. I consider myself an OG. I've been listening since lockdown 1.0.
Okay.
My husband, Tim, who is German, was
Tim,
always
nice, Dim.
No, just Tim, Ange. My husband, I'm going to bop you on the face in a minute. My husband...
Bop you?
Yeah, bop you on the face. My husband, Tim, who is German, was always rolling his eyes at me, chuckling away to your podcast and shaking his head all over the funny English phrases.
Right.
He then listened to an episode and has now become obsessed. In just a couple of months, he has listened to your entire back catalogue and has now overtaken me. He also has what can be described as a mega crush on Ruth and mentions how great she is on a regular basis. Hello, Tim, how you doing? To top it all off, he has adopted phrases like, that's dickish and this is getting on my shitting tits, which he proclaims loudly in a German accent and even says things like, that's right up my Strasse. Anyway, you've kept us laughing through a couple of very difficult years for us. Infertility, failed IVF and embracing childlessness. Say thanks and keep doing what you're doing. Nat. P.S. If you give Tim a shout out at some point, it would probably make his life. So, Tim, this
Oi, Tim.
is your shout. You are right up our Strasse.
Yeah, you are, mate. Well, and obviously Patty is very much up your Strasse. Tim. Do you
know what I would like Tim to do? I would like Tim to send us
a dick pic. A nude. I would like Tim to send us a nude.
I would like Tim to send us what that's dickish would be in German.
Yes.
Yeah. Or what dickish behaviour would be in German.
In German, yeah.
Oh, that's getting on my shitting tits. I'd love to know what they are in German.
Yeah.
But I thought that was such a brilliant
That
message.
is
And we're
such a
so
great
pleased, Nat
message.
and Tim, that we've kept you going through what sounds like it's been a couple
Yes.
of difficult years for you both. And it's great to have you on board, Tim. We're so pleased that you're now overtaken Nat and are as big a fan as she is.
Well, and that's because I sometimes wonder how many men do actually listen.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we can see that on our.
I know,
stats.
but you sort of think, we are probably predominantly female
Definitely.
heavy, aren't we?
Definitely.
So it's really good to know that there is that Tim is out there, and Tim could be one of 5.
Yeah,
that listen.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, no, we only get 5 listeners in total. Tim would be one of like 2 men.
Yeah, yeah. Well, really lovely to have you on board, Tim, and the other male listener.
Hang on, just to say, why don't we do a little shout out on that? How many men listen? If you're a man and you listen, we would absolutely love to hear from you.
We want to hear from you.
We want to start. This is the last episode of series 4. There'll be there'll hopefully be a best bits next week. Best knits. But let's kick off series 5 with a shout out for all of our male listeners.
We want to hear from as many men as possible that listen to FTF.
So there's loads of ways you can get in touch. You can find Ange and I both on Instagram. I'm at Ruth Corden. She's at Ange Corden.
And you can find the podcast on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Amazing.
Right, now this was a message we had in, which was amazing, I think.
Okay.
This came from Laura. She said, "Hi girls, I've never slid into anybody's DMs before, and I'm not sure if you'll see this, but I just wanted to say how much I adore your podcast. I discovered you from your Dawn French episode and am now loving diving into the back catalogue. You have me absolutely crying with laughter, and your more serious chats hit me right in the feels. It is honestly the perfect pod and just what I need right now. I'm so grateful I found this beautiful art you put out into the world, all the way from Brisbane, Australia. Thank you so much, from your new biggest fan, Laura."
I cannot believe that.
No.
Can you get your head around that?
No.
Any of that message is like amazing, but the fact she lives in Australia is even more amazing.
Well, and
so
you know,
Laura,
off the back of Laura's message,
yeah,
I had several other Australians.
Welcome. You're very welcome here. Please take a seat. Please sit with us.
There's one from Perth. There was another one from Brisbane. There's another from Sydney.
All over.
And
mate.
I then had a couple of people from New Zealand.
Oh no, Ripper! That's absolutely bloody Ripper, mate.
Don't forget, if you're going to Australia, you've got to also come to New Zealand.
Oh, we'll be straight in the New Zealand.
I was like, don't you worry about it. So I actually think we should start planning the Australian
a world
New
tour.
Zealand tour.
A world tour.
We've definitely got now probably half a dozen people that would come and watch our tour. And I think that is very much
now. We could fill McDonald's.
Laura's Lounge. We could fill Laura's Lounge.
Laura's Lounge.
We could do a little tour in Laura's Lounge.
Yeah.
So I think it's time we got this show on the road. Right, Pats.
Yes.
I think you may be aware that spring is, well, I mean, it was right around the corner. Maybe it's kind of pissed off again a little bit now because it's not so great. But, you know,
it's pissed off.
As far as we're concerned, spring is coming. And I think that really does mean that we could go for it with Stitch Fix.
Well, the thing is, you got to think, like we said a couple of weeks ago, you got to think about your transitions.
Oh, your transitions, definitely.
Your transitions.
You want to pack away the heavy coats. You want to bring out the colourful lights,
your denims,
pieces, your denims.
You want your denims, your cardigans, your oversized
your Cardi
shirts.
B's.
And let me say this to you, Ange. If you thought personal stylists were reserved for the rich and famous, it's time to think again. Because
really
now, through the wonders of Stitch Fix, both men and women can enjoy your very own personal stylist for just £10.
Well, actually, Pats, no, I've got something to tell you here, right?
Go.
You usually pay a £10 styling charge. But listen up. Because we have a special offer for you.
Amazing.
Sign up and schedule your first delivery using stitchfix.co.uk/funny, and the styling charge for your first order will be waived. You can try Stitch Fix's online styling service for free.
Again, that's stitchfix.co.uk/funny. And here's the other added bonus, Ange.
Yes.
If you keep all 5 items that they send you, not only will you get your styling fee waived, you will get 20% off.
Amazing. That is stitchfix.co.uk/funny. Urban Dictionoir. Urban Dictionoir. Urban Dictionoir. Urban Dictionoir. This week's Dictionoir is, now I'm not really sure how to pronounce it.
Oh,
I think
no.
it's Oh No Second.
Oh, no second.
Mm.
Oh, no second.
It's an Oh No Second.
Is it like a shit second that happens in your day where you're like, oh no, that's an oh no second?
No, but it's kind of that, but better. Okay, so here we go. Oh No Second. The horrible moment when you realise that you've accidentally done something very slightly wrong, which has very bad, usually embarrassing implications for you.
Oh God, that makes me feel sick.
This is typically the moment of realisation that you just sent a dirty text message to a close member of the family, typically your mother, rather than the intended recipient.
Oh my God, I feel sick.
Here's your example. Message. I'm free this afternoon, so come over and fuck me senseless. My parents will be out all day. Recipient, mum. Message sent. The oh no second occurs here.
I mean, I actually feel sick.
Have you ever done that? Not obviously text someone to say, come and fuck me senseless.
No.
Although maybe you have.
No.
But, you know, have you ever done that where you've sent a message and then thought, shit, I've sent that to the wrong person?
Yeah.
Have you?
It was slagging someone off. And I sent it to I meant to send it to a group chat and I sent it to the person that I was slagging off.
No.
Yeah, I felt sick.
The thing is, you can't get them back, can you? They've just gone.
Well, it depends. If you're in WhatsApp, you can quickly slide across and see if anybody's read it. And if they, but you know, the instant they see this message was deleted, they're coming in going, "What did you delete?" And you're like, "Oh, just something that was meant for my mum." Yeah, it just creates unnecessary drama.
Yeah. But you should have that option. I think you should have that option just on a general text message as well.
Well, it's like when I love it when people recall emails. Like at work, and you click on it, it says this email's been recalled, and you think, "Oh shit, Sharon, what did you send?
I don't even know how to do that."
Oh yeah, I do, because I very nearly sent an email once, but like, you know, you get that and you click on it. And then I'm like, fuck's sake, Sharon, I want to read this. I want to see if there's any way I can see it, but it's like, this message has been recalled. You're like, oh, what did you put in there that you shouldn't have? That somebody's quickly messaged you on Microsoft Teams and said, Sharon, have you seen your email? You've copied in Barbara into that, and it's about Barbara's smelly fish in the fridge. Quick. Get it gone.
Get it back. Get it back.
Yeah. And you're thinking, oh God, I wanted to hear Sharon and Barbara kick off about the fish.
About the smelly fish.
Yeah. Who's been cooking fucking trout in the microwave again?
I bet that's Barbara. She's always bringing in her stinky fish.
Yeah, but I've done that where I've been slagging someone off. I've sent it to the person I was slagging
I have
off.
also. There have been times where I've you've got a couple of groups.
Yes.
Of similar people, but
oh God,
there's
that
little variances.
Yeah.
There have been times where I've gone to send a message to what I think is one group and realised, shit, that's the wrong group. Thank God I hadn't sent that there.
Yeah, I know.
Because actually that was me bitching about Tracy and Trevor, but they're in that group.
But
So I
they're
needed
not
to
in the
take them
secondary
out.
group. In the secondary group.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think, you know, in a group chat, it is easier to delete messages and be like, oh, sorry, I spelt something wrong, or
Yeah.
like
Or you can just say, sorry, wrong group.
Wrong group. Yeah, sorry, wrong group.
Yeah.
It's when you send a message to a specific person and they are the only recipient. Because what do you do then? It's like, oh, by the way, you send this whole message slagging them off, and then you're like, oh shit, that actually says your name in it, and it's gone to you, and there's nothing for me to, like, you can't go.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse, is there?
You know, I've got another friend called Billy. Did you know that? No, I didn't know. I've got another friend called Billy. Yep, she's a great lass.
Has also got 2 children called Sarah and Tommy.
And I hate those two as much as I hate your 2 kids.
It's really strange.
That message about how much I hate your little shit Sarah was actually for the other
not
Billy.
about your Sarah.
No,
the other Sarah
God,
that I know.
Absolutely not. Well, there's a brilliant oh no moment in Gavin and Stacey, isn't there, where Pam lets the words tumble out of her mouth that she's a vegetarian.
Oh yes,
because for the rest of her life, she has to plead with Pam to get mince out of the chili con carne bowl and stuff it in his pockets when they're at Gwen's. So that is a proper oh no moment, isn't it? When she says, oh no, the vegetarian stuff, it's not for you. Oh no, you're all catered for. Absolutely, it's for me. You see, this morning I've decided I no longer want to eat meat. Did you know that Ruth Jones didn't want to put that in?
Didn't she?
No, she said it wasn't funny.
Wow.
Yeah. Have that, Ruth Jones.
In your face, Ruth.
Yeah, because
it's actually one of the funniest bits of the whole series.
We'd have never have had that scene where Stacey walks in and Pam says, "You're eating ham, Pam." You know. Yeah, I mean, I definitely, those oh no moments, I mean, your heart, like, you feel sick, don't you? Like,
also, I think this is another great call to action, because I bet there are loads of oh no seconds that happen. And I want to hear those. I want to hear those ones, like the example that's given about come and fuck me senseless and go, shit, that's the wrong person. I meant to send that to my secret lover and I've sent it to my husband. You know, those kind of moments.
Yeah.
So I just think...
Or I meant to send it to my husband and I've somehow stupidly sent it to my dad. Or sent it to my dad.
Yeah.
And be like,
my
brother.
brother.
God, I didn't mean that. Yeah, obviously I don't mean that.
So I think if you've got some oh no second moments,
great call to action. That
we need to hear them, because then we can go through them and we can come back with a bang for series 5, and we can pick up some of these things. So if you have any oh no seconds, please send them in. As Pat has already said, you can find us both on Instagram. I'm at Ange Corden. She's at Ruth Corden.
Or you can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Anyway, Patty, you're bringing your tits.
Yeah.
Bring us your tits, Patty.
This is hot off the press.
Okay, brilliant. I love these ones.
People who think they are in the correct seat without even checking their tickets. So this happened to me twice this past weekend just gone. I went to Northumberland to see my mates.
Yes.
Picture the scene. Get on the train at King's Cross, looking at my ticket. Right, I'm J11. J11's me. Get on, get to seat 11. There's a couple sat there. I said, oh, sorry, you're in my... I hadn't even got to the word seat. And the guy said, no, we're not. I said, yeah. I said, this is my seat. He said, well, we're seat 11 and 12. I said, okay, are you carriage J? Well, obviously we are, because we're in... And he had, at this point, he hadn't even taken his shitting poxy ticket out of his wallet, right? He was shouting the odds. He wasn't shouting, but he was like... bloody adamant. And I said, so I got my phone out. I said, I am seat. And as soon as he saw J11, he went, oh, right. Okay. And he got his ticket out. He didn't say anything. He just tapped his wife's leg and said, Linda, we're in the wrong seat. Didn't even apologise. didn't just tapped her. Linda, you could tell he was mortified. Linda were in the wrong seat. They were Jay, but they weren't 11 and 12. They were further down the carriage.
No.
So I was, and then he didn't say sorry, so I just went, "That's okay, no problem, don't worry." Thinking, wouldn't have hurt you to say sorry, my mistake. I looked at my ticket, but he hadn't even looked at his stupid bastard ticket, and he was already saying to me, "No." Anyway, got settled, got sat down. On the way back, I paid for a little cheap upgrade.
Cheap upgrade.
And got on the train, sat down in my seat, M11. This woman comes on board. This woman had she had 2 designer carrier bags. She had a big thing with a hat in. She had a suitcase. She had a suit bag. She was laden down.
Wow.
She gets to our table and there's me and another woman sat next to each other, and she's looking at her ticket and she's looking up and she's looking all around, and she points at me and she says, "This is my seat." So I thought, I'm not going to do what you man did on Friday.
I'm on the other side of this now.
Yep. So So I took my phone out and I said, "No, this is M11." Well, I can't get to my ticket because of all the stuff that I've got, but I'm definitely M11. I said, "Well, there must be 2 M11s on this train." Again, and then she was like, "Oh, right, okay, fine." So she walked off, put all her stuff down, and then I just saw her walk back past me with all her stuff. Didn't say anything, just carried on walking. And I thought,
she then obviously realised that she was in the wrong place and she was trying to get to your seat.
Seat 11, maybe in another carriage. Yeah. Maybe she was J11 or K11 or whatever.
J. I mean, it's that J coming back, isn't it?
J coming back to, but it just, it happens in the theatre, doesn't it? You get to your seats, no, we're not. Yes, you are, Michael! You are in my sodding seat! Get out!
Yeah.
Why do people get so bloody adamant?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just because they don't read properly.
Yeah, but then they sit down and they get comfortable and they get asked at you that you're going to move them. And I know it's annoying. It's happened to me before. Yeah. I've sat in the wrong seat and I've gone, "Oh, sorry, let me check. Oh, no, yeah, sorry, I'm the row ahead, or I'm in the wrong carriage or whatever." You just have, and I know it's annoying if you've got settled in and you've got your snacks out. I had really got settled in to go on the way up there. I'd got, I was on the way back, I'd really settled. I had my phone out, had my AirPods.
In the zone, yeah.
I'd kept
you got some snacks.
Got my snackette, kept out my sanitizer, put everything else in my suitcase. And
do you know what I think? I think train travel is very underrated.
Do you know? I'm so pleased you've said that because I fucking loved it.
Do you know
what else is underrated? Very good train stations.
Oh, 100%.
So I went from King's Cross. Oh my God, it was like being at the airport, man.
It's an impressive station, that one.
And obviously you got Pancras. Why do they do that? Why have you got King's Cross and King's Cross then Pancras?
Is it because the
international
one goes,
it's your international travel,
it's
isn't it?
Eurostar and shit, isn't it?
It's the Eurostar and shit, Ange.
Eurostar and shit, yeah.
But that King's Cross is
it's
absolutely brilliant train station.
I do love when years ago I went to down to St. Ives.
Oh,
on
lovely.
The train. And it was absolutely wonderful. And do you know what I love about it? And maybe it was more about this than the train. I was on my own.
Well, that's what you will have loved.
Yeah.
You could have been anywhere. You could have been sat on a bloody spike. And you'd have been happy on your own. You could have literally been on a wall in the roughest part of the UK, surrounded by people that you were terrified by, on your own, and you'd be like, "God, I'm having a whale of a time here." Just sat here, swinging my legs, not thinking about anyone else, no one touching me, no one asking me for anything.
Yeah. No, I do. that train journey I took, because it's probably a similar length of. Although, how long were you on the train for, Pats?
I left London King's Cross at 5:30. I arrived in Northumberland, almost right up in Scotland, at just before 9 p.m. So you do the math,
so
guys.
A good sort of 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my journey was a bit long. I think mine was about 5.5 hours.
Right.
And honestly, it's
so nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if you've got a table.
Oh yeah, little table set up.
Love
some
a table
snacks.
seat.
Yeah.
Just,
Also, when you can get a little, I mean, I don't know whether you did this, Pats, but I love taking a little adult beverage.
I didn't take on any adult beveraginis. No.
You could have had a couple on there.
Yeah, no. And on the way back, I could have had them for free because I was in the old first class, love.
Why did you not?
Because I'd had quite a heavy weekend, not drinking wise, but it was quite an emotionally heavy weekend, and I didn't think it would be the right.
All the more reason, mate, to get on it.
That's not very responsible, Ange, to be telling the listeners of Finding the Funny. All 5 listeners of Finding the Funny to get on it when you're in an emotional state.
Well, very good tits, Patty. I'm totally with you on those tits. We've had a great dickish behaviour.
We had a lot of really good ones this week. Keep listening because they'll definitely come up in series 5 without fail.
And that's why, like, don't ever always put all your dickishes in and all your other because even if we don't use them that week, we have a little sort of
the archives,
running list. These are the ones we haven't used yet. So yeah, always send them in. But this one came from Sammy on Gram, and she says, when people try and finish your sentence,
say the last word.
Say the last word.
Say the last word, dickish. Why do people do that? You do it.
Do you know what? I have gotten
worse at that.
I've gotten worse with that.
It's
I
age
think
thing.
It's an age thing. I think it is because Margs does it. And then we had a family friend, Galdies.
She did it.
She was hardcore, Galdies.
What you do is someone will be talking and you go for fish and chips, with the fork, He wanted ketchup. We got curry sauce, curry sauce, It's like, God, just let me tell you that Joel got fish and chips. He got the wrong sauce. He wanted ketchup. He got curry sauce. Curry sauce. Yeah.
I do think it is an age thing. I do think it's like you get older, and I think it tends to be more of a female thing. I don't think a lot of men do it.
Do you know what I also find with people who, not all the time, but with some people who do that, they also don't know a lot about personal space.
What are you saying? I know about,
and that's why I started that sentence with "not all people."
Oh, I thought you were going to be implying
no,
I don't.
But there are people who, like that family friend that would do it, would often get very close to you as she tried to finish your sentence. And there is a line, isn't there, with like to add in another dickish, not only finishing your sentence but getting too close, guys.
Too close.
Just keep a line back. Let me finish my sentence.
See, that's where your COVID was great,
and that
isn't it?
You came into your own, didn't you?
That is when you were literally like COVID. What was it? 2 meters or something?
2 meters
distance. Yeah. Sorry, do you mind just stepping back a bit more because we are in a pandemic and you're very close to me right now. I can actually smell your breath.
And it's not always. It's when you can feel their breath. No,
spit and spit.
I wasn't gonna say.
No, but people do, don't they? Some people who don't know about the personal space get very close to you and they talk in a way that literally you're being showered by their spit.
It's also not even if they don't, look, I don't create a lot of spittle when I speak, but I don't.
You do?
No.
Yeah, you do. You're always going. You do that. I think you suffer a bit with excess spittle.
I might suffer with excess spittle, but because I do give it a regularly, I don't transfer that spittle onto others. I don't spit a lot when I speak. I genuinely don't.
No, because you've already
Yeah, that's
sucked
what
it
I
up.
mean. So for me, it's not just about the spittle; it's about the people breathing on me. Oh God,
Oh,
I
can't
hate
stand
it.
that.
And then when they get
I
so
hate
close
it.
and they're trying to copy what you're saying, and they're really close, and you can feel their breath. It's like, you don't know the last word I'm going to say, and step the fuck back in the process. It's like, come on, man. You don't know what I'm going to end this sentence with. You might think I'm going to end it with ketchup. I'm not. I'm going to end it with salad cream. So fuck you. Just to catch you out, actually.
Don't you find as well, have you noticed how, and I don't think I do this, but maybe you'll tell me
I really
otherwise.
hope you do it. For the excess spittle, I really hope you do it.
I know Margs definitely does it, and I know our old friend Galdi used to do it as well. That they're thinking about what you're saying, and their lips move at the same time as you're talking with no sound. So they're just like, ketchup.
Just a tiny undercurrent that sounds like a humming bee the whole time.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. For next week.
Yeah. I don't do that though,
No,
do I?
You actually don't. I really wish I could say that. What you do is you just, like I was doing the bit of a bunch, yeah. You just love it, yeah. Next week, yeah. Do it next week, yeah. Don't do it tomorrow, yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah, I
You
do love it,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
and,
God. Well, we had messages about us doing too many on the podcast, didn't we? Lucy, we saw them. We know that they were from you. But yeah, very good dickish. That's actually made me cry with laughter, that segment. Very good dickish, Sammy. That was absolutely brilliant.
So good, Sammy.
To finish series 4, we thought we would just end. Everything's felt a bit heavy, hasn't it? Everything's, COVID numbers are on the rise.
Yeah.
We've got everything, all the kind of conflict, war that's going on all over the world. It's felt like quite a heavy week, I think.
I think it's felt like a heavy few weeks.
It felt like a heavy few years, I suppose, really, hasn't it? Like, it's just felt like it's gone on.
It has, hasn't it?
We thought that we would end with some feel-good stories, just to remind us that there are good things happening in the world. And the first one came in from our mate Biggie Barber. Big up to Biggie Barber. And Biggie listens. Biggie listens pretty much every week. She shares it. She's so supportive of us. It's amazing. Brilliant. And Biggie's just opened her own barbershop, and she's got her first full day booked in her new barbershop. That is amazing.
That is bloody amazing.
So
Biggie.
good.
Honestly, that really is. That's such a huge achievement, and totally should be celebrated. We also had a really great good news story. After putting our life on hold due to infertility, we finally thought, fuck it.
I love that so much.
Oh, that is so bloody, and I hope you have a bloody great time. Seriously,
somebody else has said that they've just finished their second year of nurse training. Oh my God, thank you so much for...
Not all heroes wear
and
capes,
thanks so much for wanting to work for our NHS. That's just amazing, and we're so happy that you've got through your second year.
Yes. And then we also had this really, really wonderful message. Someone just said, 3 year since my beautiful daughter rang the end of treatment bell.
When I read that, I was just like,
that must just, I can't even begin to imagine how that must
And 3 years, like to have 3 wonderful years where she hasn't had to be in treatment, and she rang that bell 3 years ago, and I would imagine it's a milestone you celebrate every single year, and we're so happy. Everyone at Finding the Funny is so happy that, you're still able to celebrate.
And thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. That's such brilliant news to be able to share.
This one says, my husband finally got a job 11 months after being made redundant.
Wonderful.
I honestly reckon there must be so many people like getting back out to work after the pandemic, and
yeah,
loads of people
yeah.
would have lost their jobs, and to be out of work for 11 months and that worry about money and
Oh
how you're going to
gosh, yeah.
survive,
How are you
and
gonna? Where are you gonna get a job? Is it
yeah,
gonna
11 months
happen?
will feel like a
Yeah.
very long time, and we're so happy that your husband has
Oh, very
finally
much
got a
so.
job, and that hopefully you can breathe a little
Yeah.
bit more financially now.
And then our last wonderful message just said, moving to the family farm after dreaming about it for 30 plus years. We are so excited.
Oh my god, what? Yeah,
And so are
isn't
we.
that
That must be
amazing?
such an
Yeah.
amazing thing. Dreaming about something
Yeah.
for 30 odd years and it
And I
finally
also think when I
happening.
hear stories like that, I'm like, oh my god, amazing that you didn't give up on it. Like, this has obviously been something
Yes.
that has stuck with them as a family for a really long time,
Yeah.
and they've obviously felt very invested in it. And
Yeah.
then for it to finally
Finally
become a
be
reality, and
happening.
you're like, you
Yeah.
found the farm you're going to live on, and you can talk about the animals you
Yeah.
want to get and keep, and like, just
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. And I think that's a real testament that you shouldn't ever give up on, like, if you've got a dream
No,
like that you
absolutely.
is possible for
Yeah.
you to keep chasing. I mean, obviously there's some dreams in your life that you do have to make peace with, but
Yes.
I just think that one's
Yeah.
such a hopeful. They've
It
held on to this
really
for 30
is.
years, and they
Yeah.
are finally putting it in
Yeah.
motion to do it. So congratulations on your
Wonderful news.
farm.
Yeah.
So look, we're going to be taking a little bit of a break now here at Finding the Funny. Hopefully there'll be
We are going to go and eat shit
Yeah.
tons of chocolate.
and just not think about a shitting podcast for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But after that 2
Yeah.
weeks, Ange, we'll be well ready, won't we? We always say
Oh,
we love it when we
mate,
get a break, but we
every
love it
time.
when we come back.
Yeah.
Like, we miss it, and
Yeah. I actually had a message from someone yesterday going, "Oh, you are coming back for
Oh,
series 5,
yeah.
aren't you?" I was like, yeah, we're coming back. We're just taking 2 weeks. And then we will be back. But yeah, it's good for us to have a bit of a break, and good for everyone else to not hear our annoying voices
Yes,
in their ears for a
exactly.
couple of weeks. But yeah, we will be back
So
after
hopefully
Easter.
there'll be a best bits next week. So keep checking, or make sure you're
Yes.
subscribed, or you're following us on whatever platform you listen,
Yeah.
because then you'll get the notification
Yeah.
should the episode drop. We think series 4 has been one of our best yet. We're so grateful to all of you who have found us in this series, and those of you who have listened either from the beginning or found us at another point. Like, it's not lost on us how many people come back to us each week and find us and stick around, and just your level of engagement with us, the stuff you send us, the messages, the stories, the stuff you share with us. We are honestly, genuinely so grateful. And this thing would have ended a long time ago without you guys continuing to engage with us and listen. And so we are really, really genuinely grateful. Remember to keep in touch with us over our Easter break. There's loads of places you can find us. You can find Angela on Instagram. I'm at Ruth Gordon. She's at Ange Gordon.
And you can find our podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
But Ange and I will be back in a couple of weeks, helping you to find more of the funny.